Working with Fractions by David A. Adler. A fraction is a part of something. You see fractions at birthday parties. If there are 3 red balloons at the party and 10 balloons in all, then a fraction of the balloons is red. 3/10 of the balloons are red. Happy birthday! If you play musical chairs at the party and 5 of the 7 children are sitting in chairs, a fraction of the children is sitting. 5/7 of the children are sitting on chairs. If a pizza is served at the party and the pie is cut into 8 equal slices, then each slice is a fraction of the pie. Each slice is 1/8 of the pie. If the birthday cake is cut into 12 equal slices, then each slice is a fraction of the cake. Each slice is 1/12 of the cake. Fractions are not only found at birthday parties, fractions are also found everywhere. Think of how you use fractions every day. Each time you read a page in a book, you are reading a fraction of the book. If the book is 96 pages, each page is 1/96 of the book. Coins are fractions too. There are 20 nickels in a dollar. Each nickel is a fraction of a dollar. Each nickel is 1/20 one of 20 nickels in a dollar. Each nickel is 1/20 of a dollar. Now you know some fractions. You know 3/10, 5/7, 1/8, 1/12, 1/96, and 1/20. You take a look at 3/10, the fraction of the balloons that have red. The 3 tells you we are talking about 3 red balloons. The 10 tells you that we are talking about 10 balloons in all. Take a look at the 5/7, the musical chairs fraction. The 5 tells you we are talking about 5 children, the 5 who are sitting. The 7 tells you that there are 7 children in all. Take a look at 1/8, the pizza slice fraction. The 1 tells you we are talking about 1 slice of pizza. The 8 tells you we are talking about 8 slices in all. Each fraction has a top number and a bottom number. The top number of a fraction is the numerator. The bottom number is the denominator. In the fraction 3/10, the numerator is 3, the denominator is 10. In the fraction 5/7, the numerator is 5, the denominator is 7. In the fraction 1/8, the numerator is 1, the denominator is 8. Numerator over the denominator. What happens when the numerator or denominator changes? What if 5 of the balloons at the top at the party are red? Then 5/10 of the balloons are red. 5 is more than 3. 5/10 is more than 3/10 of the balloons. What if 6 of the 7 children in the game of musical chairs are sitting? Then 6/7 of the children are sitting. 6 is more than 5. 6/7 is more than 5/7 of the children. What if you ate 2 slices of pizza? If you did, you ate 2/8 of the pizza pie. 2 slices are more than 1 slice. 2/8 is more than 1/8 of the pizza. The larger the top number of a fraction, the larger the numerator, the larger the fraction. When the denominators, the bottom numbers, are the same. party. At the birthday party, what if the pizza pie was not cut into 8 equal-sized pieces? What if it was cut into 10 equal-sized slices? Because more slices were cut from the pie, each slice would be smaller. Each slice would be 1/10 of the pie. The fraction 1/10 is smaller than 1/8 of the same pizza. At the birthday party, what if the cake was not cut into 12 equal slices? What if it was cut into 15 equal slices? Because more slices were cut from the same cake, each slice would be smaller. Each slice would be 1/15 of the cake. The fraction 1/15 is smaller than 1/12 of the same thing. The larger the bottom number of the fraction, the larger the denominator. The smaller the fraction when the numerators, the top numbers, are the same. Folded sheets of paper and crayons can teach you about numerators and denominators. Here's a sheet of paper that has been carefully folded twice and then unfolded. The two creases divide the paper into 4 equal sections. Each section is 1/4 of the paper. Take a sheet of paper and unfold it so that the creases divide the paper into 4 equal sections. Shade 3 sections of the paper red. Shade the remaining section blue. Take a look at the red and blue sections. The red part, 3/4 of the paper, is larger than the blue part, 1/4 of the paper. 3/4 is more than 1/4 of the same thing. The larger the top number of a fraction, the larger the numerator. The larger the fraction when the denominator, the bottom number, stays the same. Take another sheet of the same size paper and carefully fold it in half, then unfold it. There's a crease in the middle of the paper. The crease divides the paper into 2 equal sections. Each section is 1/2 of the paper. Now shade one section 1/2 of the paper green. Next, look at the two papers. Pay attention to the blue and green sections. The blue section, 1/4 of the first sheet of paper, is smaller than the green section, 1/2 of the second sheet of paper. 1/4 is less than 1/2 of the same thing. The larger the bottom number of the fraction, the larger the denominator. The smaller the fraction when the numerator, the top number, is the same. You can play tricks with fractions. Abracadabra! If a birthday cake is cut into equal-sized pieces, each slice is the same, but 1/12 of one birthday cake might be more than 1/12 of another birthday cake. 1/12 of a large birthday cake is more than 1/12 of a small birthday cake. 1/12 is more than 1/15 of the same cake, but 1/12 of one birthday cake might be less than 1/15 of another cake. 1/12 of a small cake might be less than 1/15 of a larger cake. Sometimes the same fraction has different names. Take 2 white paper plates. Let's pretend each plate is a birthday cake. Before you cut the cake, you divide to serve 1/2 of it at the party, and you save 1/2 of the cake for later. With a ruler and a pencil, draw lines and divide each plate in half. With a crayon, shade 1/2 of each plate. Now, The 1/2 you will save for later on one plate, divide it again until you have 12 equal sized pieces. Take a look at the second plate. What was once 1/2 is now 6/12. 1/2 and 6/12 are really different names for the same fraction. It would be the same if you had 1/2 of a cake for later or ate 6/12 of it. Now think of pennies and nickels. 5 pennies are 5 1/100ths of a dollar. 1 nickel is 1/20th of a dollar, but they're each 5 cents. 5 1/100ths is the same as 1/20th. They are just different names for the same fraction. 8/8 looks like a fraction, but it's really a different name for the number 1. 12/12 looks like a fraction, but is really a different name for the number 1. Think of a pizza that has been cut into 8 slices. Each slice is 1/8 of the pie. If you ate all 8 slices, 8/8, you ate one whole pie. Think of a birthday cake that has been cut into 12 pieces. Each slice is 1/12 of the cake. If you ate all 12 slices, you ate 12/12ths of the cake. You ate one whole cake. These different names for one will help you find different forms of a fraction. What happens when you multiply any number by 1? The number you start with and your answer are the same. That's also what happens when you multiply fractions by 1. The fraction you start with and your answer are the same. 6/6 is a different form of 1, so 6/12 is another name for 1/2. You can find lots of different names for the same fraction. Just multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Just multiply the fraction by 1. Can you find 5 different names for 1/2? Can you find 3 different names for 1/3 or 2/3? Think about fractions. Once you know fractions, you can work with them. You can add and subtract them. To add fractions with the denominators, the bottom numbers, are the same. You simply add the numerators, the top numbers, and write your answer over the denominator. At the birthday party, if you ate 1 slice of pizza, you ate 1/8 of the pie. If you ate a second slice, you ate 1/8 more of the pie. So you ate 2/8 of the pie. If you ate 1 slice of the birthday cake, you ate 1/12 of the cake. If you ate a second slice, you ate 1/12 more, or 2/12 of the cake. To subtract fractions when the denominators are the same, you simply subtract the numerators and write your answer over the denominator. At the birthday party, if you ask for 3 slices of pizza, you ask for 3/8 of the pie. If you ate just 2 slices, you ate 2/8 of the pie. You would have 1 slice left. At the party, if you asked for 2 slices of birthday cake, you have asked for 2/12 of the same cake. If you ate just 1 slice, you ate 1/12 of the cake. Fractions are at birthday parties. Fractions are at football games. Fractions are in shoe stores. Fractions are in clothing stores. People use fractions to tell time. People often use fractions. Fractions are everywhere. 1/4 of the football game is 15 minutes long. Coats are on sale. The clown's shoes are size 12.5. The time is 1/4 past 6 o'clock.